Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, ImperialDane, the one and only master propaganda hero of like defender of the fatherland. Off to a 1v1 on road to Tunis. In the west stands the ImperialDane himself, fighting for the German army, Deutschland. Here with the 21st Panzer Division, in the east stands Treadz, fighting for freedom, democracy, and liberty. Here with the 82nd Airborne Division, with a double scout into double engineer opening there. So very aggressive there in terms of, shall we say, just getting out then starting to grab points. Meanwhile, more conservative, dull pioneer into grandy opening from me. As always, big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued generous and heroic support of the Propagandacast, and a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. Granny is pushing on the center, Pioneer is heading off in their own directions, trying to sort of get a bit of broader perspective, but also maybe just get a bit of victory point bleed going on my opponent. In the south, scouts are busy there, and we can see here Treadz is going to focus on the north side primarily, which again is pretty much the norm for this map. Eastern player goes north, western player goes south for the few points there. Second Grenadier squad here for B. I'll be going for a 2 Pioneer, 2 Grenadier, MG42 interfast next tier sort of strat here. Starting to personally feel like the whole heavy tier 1 build personally isn't quite working with my playstyle. So a bit of a change. We can also see the Treadz doing something a bit unusual as well here. Building a fuel cache right so his base clinic, and he's going to, like, you know, tag up pretty aggressively as well. Then maybe get a lot of upgrades. Either way, he clearly wants a lot of fuel. I mean, obviously, he's playing as the Americans. They're always hungry for fuel, but certainly more hungry than your average USF player. And then got also fast tech, infantry support center. In fact, it doesn't like any other building here, so this also calls me just a fast unit there to sort of put pressure on with it. Captain getting some engineers down there. Bob there out of Wisconsin goes down. Sengren is arriving, and suddenly his units are a bit surrounded here. South scouts are busy there, following up with an MG42. And then engineers are being pushed back pretty rapidly. And the southeast scouts catching the Pioneers, see up north catching here. And at this point, I haven't seen any riflemen. I've just seen, you know, mostly scouts and engineers. So I'm already, like, you know, thinking, okay, my opponent is probably not going to go for riflemen, at least not right away. So I'm going to be adapting my strategy a bit here. Normally, I prefer going for Panzer Grenadiers, but against this kind of build here, I'm actually going to go for the Luftwaffe company in a bit of a rare sight for some Jaegers and an armored car, particularly the armored car, to put early pressure on my opponent. Again, he's not going to have any snares or anything like that, so an early scout car could prove to be crucial here. We do get airborne out of Treadz. Meanwhile, I spot the fuel cache here. So things are heating up here already, certainly going a few unusual directions. Now go using the cabinet to boost engineers to get quick close in there, get up close with MP4, not MP4s, but the M3 grease guns. Then he's taking a lot of damage as the grease gun wielding engineers do a lot of damage, but they themselves have suffered a lot in the name of freedom, and they do get away. Very fortunate there for Treadz, less so for me. MD4 rank scene there, quickly hosing those on my cannon. And there we go, we got a paratrooper squad airdropping behind my MD42. Bold move there. Of course, also means all of his scouts have become pathfinders. And he's thinking when the units got some MP40s up here. I was definitely not expecting this out of him. Machine sitting up here trying to catch the paratroopers, obviously. Bit risky, since if I miss time, he's going to be able to walk up and then pop a satchel charge, and I might not be able to get the machine out at that time. But in this case, it does pan out, and those 82nd Airborne members are pushed out. Note the 82nd Airborne was the only unit to fight around the Mediterranean of the various airborne divisions. The 101st would only arrive by Normandy. Fun fact there. So there you go, Luftwaffe company in response to what he's doing here. Otherwise, I definitely would go for Panzer Grenadiers, but I definitely have a suspicion he needs to, like, be able to, like, push back against all these many smaller units, and the armored car is going to be, I think, much more useful for that. North engineers sneaking in. And we got some guns with that MP40 as well. Of course, I do need healing as well, but so much is going on there. You can see they're just, you know, Treadz is quickly pushing for aggressive map control here. And we got paratrooper, they're getting the Browning light machine guns, the M1919A6. Which is one, obviously, the later models of that one, which included a pistol grip to make it easier to manage. And, you know, was very much, I believe, copied off the German MG 34 and 42.
We are losing control of a sector.
So pushing in here with this engineers up north, got the 2-1 here, sort of as my first unit against like trying, you know, crack down on the otherwise aggressive maneuvering here out of the Americans. Got more paratroopers out here for Treadz, more airborne. Definitely committing heavily to this bit, which you definitely don't see too much out of USF players, so thumbs up to that. Plenty's close in. Right, Jurgens, this time, aim properly. Not like last time, your shot fits. Its ass still hasn't recovered. There you go, got the Pathfinder small wipe here. Paratroopers next, and we got the 2-1 out there. The lighter Panzerspielwagen following up with some Jägers here, since I do want more infantry. And there you go, 2-1 rolling ahead here. North Pioneers probing in as well, putting up some pressure here. Center being claimed in the name of democracy by the 82nd Airborne. And there you go, 2-1 spawning engineers letting loose there with its machine gun gewehr.
Our enemy has control over all.
So again, with the 2-1, I can more actively just push back against all this harassment here. That does give me some advantages. In some respects, particularly since he doesn't exactly have any anti-tank misses at the moment. In fact, he is yet to build a single building in his base, except of course for that support center upgrade. It's a lot of fun here. I probably shouldn't be finding use for this 2-1, to be honest. Should be using it elsewhere. We do have some Jägers out here. There's certainly quite a bit going on here already. Up north, Pioneer spot here. Americans flanking in there with their paratroopers, their Brownings letting loose. A deluge of death. There you go, 2-1 now flanking it, catch the Americans a bit more uncomfortably and sending them packing. And further south, the Grenadiers and the Unis here. We got more paratroopers moving in. More Brownings here for Treadz. And going for an attempt wiping the units with the 2-1. Can I manage it? Third kill there inside the base, going at it, and there goes squads wiping units retreating into the line of fire here. Grenadiers being picked apart by the mighty paratroopers there. We got the Captain finally evicted up there as well. Engineers here getting caught here by the 2-1, though it's not doing too much on them there. And there we go, got one, but they can basically at this stage reinforce faster than the 2-1 can damage them. So while technically I can certainly bleed him out here, I'm end up going to like sacrifice the armored car before getting, you know, anything back there on the value. So I end up withdrawing there, hoping I don't lose my armored car. North, another attempt here, but Treadz to flank up north side is quickly shut down there. And the south, the 2-1 is rapidly looking to escape. Scrapyard. Push on the cash, going for Pantrick just in case. I'm definitely concerned about, you know, half tracks or anything like this out of Treadz. I haven't really seen much of his tech, and so far he's just going to airdrop again. Treadz has yet to really build much except the support center, the medical station. I do get the fuel cache there. And got another Jäger squad up here, so at least 2 squads of, well, 4 squads really. 2 Grenadiers, 2 Jäger squads. At the moment I'm going to equip 1 squad of Jägers for the Panzerschreck. I don't really enjoy the whole cheesing on them hard, but still having 1 can be handy in certain, you know, pinches.
Bring up that box! No! That's enemy infantry! Firing!
Particular wants to say get Stugs going, having some to cover the flank there couldn't hurt at all. Treadz, of course, back here with another fuel cache. He needs that fuel. Even if he's floating, even if he's like really not doing a lot with it now, he clearly wants a lot. And I'm going for the Panzer Grenadier Company.
What are your orders?
Because now I need Stugs. And we got actually an actual building here out of Treadz. It is the Weapon Support Center. Finally something happens. In the south, then he's met by Captain Bob Roberts out of Tennessee. But he is unable to really hold back this many Germans with this many guns. You get the paratroopers again there, Cap being used there to sprint them in. If we're going to pose a larger problem here for my troops, particularly the Grenadiers, are easy pickings for the elite paratroopers of the 82nd Airborne. And you can see that they're absolutely ripping apart the Grenadiers, and even the Jägers, they're just getting so many shots in there, aren't doing enough damage. This is not working out for them. In fact, the paratroopers look like they might in fact just straight up win this engagement overall. Despite, again, like, you know, for a good part of this, just kinda, they're just being on their own. And the center Grenadiers been going for the cutoff point with the Jäger squad again, looking to mess with Treadz fuel economy. And got the 2-1 upgraded to the 2-2-3. So I can actually get some reconnaissance in there while I have it. They get that nice and hurt. I know a lot of players like to upgrade to the, you know, the
Victory point lost.
anti-tank gun, but I prefer intelligence. Captaining units going for that cutoff point. Jaegers, they're quickly being forced to skedaddle across it there. Up north, Paratroopers met with an MG-42 medic bunker on the way there for me. Looking, of course, to keep casualties a bit low and replacements even lower. And we got Treadz with a third Paratrooper squad. Quite the commitment there at Treadz, which you really don't see a lot of. They're definitely a bit more on the expensive end. They do like snares, but at the same time, you know, they're definitely cool, and they do pack up, you know, again, a significant amount of firepower. And they do also see over more usage than the German Fallschirmjägers. I wonder why. Anyways, armor car dashing northwards here to meet the Americans. Panzergrenadier Company ready. Of course, with the armored car still about, Treadz is certainly struggling a bit. There we go, into scores a great hit, causing a fair bit of damage there to my armored reconnaissance vehicle here with the early type radio antenna there, the bet frame as it's colloquially called.
Infantry can initiate breakthrough tactics to recapture
And in the
ground.
south, Pathfinders again finding a path there to possible victory or to their demise. Mechanized assault, and what is this? We get paradrop reinforcements here out of Treadz, a very rare ability, except for at the very start of the game was like super popular because it just gave you like infinite reinforcements for like 120 munitions, which as it turns out was insanely good. It's honestly not bad, but you definitely, you know, want to be a bit smarter about it, which obviously means a lot of places kind of stop using it.
Enemy control.
You just can't slap it where we want it, like just straight up win an engagement without having to worry about consequences. But there you go, support elements on the way there. Which also benefits the Luftwaffe company, so I could be able to both go for Stugs and Wirbelwinds. And Treadz has got like an immense amount of resources just lying about. I mean, we used to go for the tank depot by now if you wanted to. Paratroopers starting out here, and in the south, Pathfinder's part of the Jaegers routed. There we go, Treadz with the tank depot.
The enemy has claimed our territory for their own.
We got the 2-to-1 here, engaging the armored cannon. Flamethrowers there being added to the Pioneer. Tank depot slowly arriving here. And I can actually go for the Stug now if I remember to pay attention to my resources. And far up north, armor cars dragging the cap, not a bit damaged, the anti-tank moving in. And Pawnee has been defended with the paratroopers here hold up beside the house. If Treadz doesn't realise this soon enough, he cuts off a bit. There we go, he pulls out. He pulls out pretty quickly. Back here, reinforcement healing up north. Granny's withdrawing in the face of the captain and the paratroopers. Armored car knocked out. I had underestimated how much damage it had already taken, so it was easy just one-shot it there. Flamethrowers going at it. And we got more search of men in the center here from Treadz. At the end, I do end up withdrawing as I don't feel quite comfortable with the situation as is. Sturmgeschütz on the way, and we got the Jaegers holding up here with their G43s and scope G43s.
Sturmgeschütz deployed.
Got the Jaegers flanking in, and we got that tank depot ready for Treadz. Will it be Shermans? Will it be the 105 with Shermans? Will it be a surprise Hellcat? We'll have to see. Sturmgeschütz is ready. And adding the Pinamounted Maschinengewehr. For good measure. And there you go, M41 Sherman on the way for Treadz. Further south, paratroopers and sneaking forwards here. Got the Pinlock machine up right there, ready for the Stug. Found Fountain in the very early Stugs, they didn't have a gun shield for that, so in fact what a lot of time the crews would do would actually just make their own little gun shield for the machine gunner there, so he wasn't quite as big a target.
Victory point lost.
Sherman almost done. And the South Engineers quickly push back. Of course, now Treadz now I do have the Stuttgart. That also means he knows I've, you know, gone for not just the Luftwaffe company, but the Panzergrenadier company. So will it go for another Stug now? Will it go for the Wirbelwind? I mean, Wirbelwind with great rest of the infantry, also close off against any potential air raids, perhaps. Of course, another Stug would be helpful against enemy armor. And fresh fighting up here again by the cutoff point, again looking to just mess here with Treadz fuel economy. Of course, at this point again, he's still got like a lot of fuel, and he's still getting a lot of fuel. So obviously he's a bit resistant to that. And there going the south. People went out here, did go for it, perhaps a bit too quickly. And Grenadiers could get wiped out.
Pioneer infantry.
Pioneers taken out though elsewhere. Rushing ahead here with the Sherman, definitely caught me a bit off guard there. Flammenwerfer dropped here, Jaegers holding out, but they're getting bombarded. Treadz looking to force those goddamn krauts out, no matter the cost. They got air resupply there, of paired up reinforcements. Billman on the field, Sherman going after it. Panzerjägers coming in, engaging the Sherman. Anti-tank recruit being recruited again, perhaps. Bivlin busy here. Machine gun dealing with the paratrooper Stug and Jaegers going for the Sherman. And there goes Satchel Charge, just to deny with the anti-tank in there. An aircraft actually got shot down there by the Wirbelwind. But we got more anti-tanks here dropping in here for Treadz. Meanwhile, armored forces pursuing the Sherman up here with the Jaegers in tow. Paratroopers need to be careful with the Wirbelwind retreat. It could wipe them out if it's not careful until with the addition of the MP-40 Grenadiers. Stu continues to pursue the Sherman. Ooh, missed the opportunity of the Grenadiers, loses more damage. Stu there trying to catch up with the Sherman, but it's just not working out. And the Paratroopers there withdraw. Send aside machine gun flank with engineers. We got the anti-tank in there ready to go at it. And the Sherman here looks like it might just escape. He's really staying close to the edges here as much as possible.
We have lost control.
And I'm just trying to figure out where it is. But at the same time, in a mad way, I don't like suddenly find the Sherman behind me. So it's a bit of a tricky, like, you know, setup there. Almost had the Sherman here, but it is going to be able to, like, escape here. Really nice save there by Treadz, obviously. And he's in trouble, they could get wiped out. And we still got the anti-tank moving up here in the center. Engineers there occupying some stragglers here with the 21st Panzer Division. We got an M18 Hellcat now for Treadz. Bring in some tank destroyers. I'm just looking to escape with the Stuk and the Wirbelwind here. Grenadiers exhibits with the Paratroopers from the Pathfinders in the center. Cutting the way for the American lines. Hellcat Sherman rushing in here.
Confirmed. Enemy have 300 points left.
Good hit from the Panzer... Oh, that's not a Panzer, that's a Panzerfaust. Which mostly just gives my armor here time to get to safety. Of course, I need to be careful with my troops because the Sherman will absolutely eat them alive if I'm not careful. I think he's slightly messing up, unfortunately. Maybe misclick as well too by me. Hellcat gets the Wirbelwind, but he keeps at it. He actually goes into the base here, which is definitely a bit of a mistake here. He knows I have a Panzerjäger team, or maybe forgot about it. So I'm surprised he keeps at it. He clearly wants that Stug, but... that's of course the other Stug, but also that Panzerjäger team here. And with that Panzerjäger team, I score the hit there. And that's kind of, again, like you end up, you know, not thinking it's an entirely bad idea. It's just the Panzerjägers to cover up the Stugs just in case of these scenarios, like a Hellcat or a Sherman flanks around. The Panzerjäger team can make it a bit tougher for them, just, you know, get some free shots and without taking anything back. And there you go, we got Paradrop reinforcements here again out of Treadz again. A lot of free reinforcement in Central Munitions. So, in that way, he can save a lot of manpower with that, which he can then, you know, spend towards armor or other stuff. So, it's a pretty neat thing there, but again, rather overlooked because, again, why go for that? We got other ways of just generating free economy, and it just doesn't, in a sense, generate infinite free economy like it used to. It just creates this sort of psychological effect where players like go, well, it doesn't provide free infinite economy, it's just a lot of good economy. So, like, you know, it's no longer good. But anyways, got the USF 2 sniping at those Amerikaner. But you got a scope in that thing and you're still missing. But disappointment to the German army. I mean, you might make a great Italian marksman, so. Stuks, of course, need repairs. Further south, Pathfinder's going for the fuel point here. I mean, you might want to focus on the victory points, but obviously, slowing down my fuel economy is great, and we also got the command tank here, which I'm definitely a big fan of when it comes to Stuks, because Stuks with a command tank perform really well.
Victory point is under
Meanwhile,
enemy
another
control.
push here by Treadz. He's gone for another Sherman. Sturmgeschütze getting ready. Jäger's holding out, they're getting overwhelmed though as the 82nd Airborne lays claim to the center. But there goes Stugs charging in for Deutschland. Got another German here for Treadz. More tanks in the name of democracy. Also should go for the officer's quarters by the way, but my priority right now is definitely the command tank with Felix Panzerkampfwagen. North Jäger's keeping that Sherman a bit away there. They do end up retreating. I don't know what else he's got there. And with the Sherman retreat path, if I retreat too late, I could suffer a wipe. This again, those are the kind of judgment calls you sometimes have to make. It's like, you know, evaluate, like, you know, what the chances of this or that happening. And then, like, in considering the possible outcomes. The south, the Glenis for the Sherman. Third Sherman away there for Treadz. Closing on that command tank.
Taken a victory point.
There you go, third Sherman raise. That's a total of 3 Shermans and 3 Paratrooper squads out of Treadz. That's a fairly explosive force when it comes like just dealing with infantry in particular. Using the white fossils round to blast out the Americans still going southwards here. In part I think just to corrupt the treating grenadiers here a bit more. Sherman's the hunting down, third Stug is ready here. I could go for the command tank by this point. I just need raw numbers to match the Shermans. I'll definitely will be going for a command tank soon enough. Because again, 3 tanks for the command, or Stugs for the command tank is actually pretty good. And there we go again, another paradox reinforcements. Which again means he can both reinforce in the front line, but also save a lot of manpower while doing so. It's kind of the sneaky thing about that ability. There you go. So I got the machine gun pretty aggressively. It's honestly quite risky from me. If anything, I'd say that's a kind of a bad idea. But I do get quickly out of there. So again, with this, you can just, like, you know, reinforce the pretty expensive paratroopers, basically just using munitions, which means you can, again, save a lot of manpower. I mean, invest fuel, again, you can just keep churning out tanks. And what is this? Paratrooper rolling along Sherman. Thumbs up. That's probably a mistake there. Probably misclicked. So now they can't actually get reinforced from the ability. But yeah, they can still get out there in time and get some reinforcements in.
Enemy forces have captured a victory
Splitting
point.
up the Stugs a bit there. A bit concerned, of course, as to what the next strike might happen. So again, I'm trying to, like, you know, position my Stugs in a way I can respond a bit better there to what Treadz might potentially do. North here, Stugs pushing in, Jäger's going to need to be supported, and there you go. Lone Sherman here actually by Treadz is a bit interesting. It's actually an ICV from his anti-tank gun, so he really bet it hard in the south, but also slipped out a bit here in the north. I could pop Blitzkrieg, try and finish it off here. Maybe I should do that, but at the same time, I end up not. One of those judgment calls. It's worth, like, expend 125 munitions just to guarantee a kill on the Sherman. And, like, again, there's still a lot more in the field. Now go 4th Sherman away. Again, he's really expertly making use of paradox reinforcements, again, just to, like, you know, build up a large armored force there. So, I mean, thumbs up to Treadz here. Thumbs up. Like, that is pretty devious and ingenious. Really not something you see a lot of there. I'd almost like to say. Closing in on that command tank here. The Befehls Panzerkampfwagen is getting absolutely mauled. He could see a wipe here. Yeah, unless I get very, very lucky, which is... Oh! Okay, apparently it did get exceedingly lucky there. That's pretty fair of anything. Looks like we're going to see a build of a larger battle here in the center. We can see the Shermans being brought up. Anti-tank guns. Sturmgeschütze. And there you go. Command tank is ready. Be called in. There you go, pump Blitzkrieg as well. They're going in. Half of Deutschland. Grenadiers been sent in with the anti-tank gun here. A bit risky, but at the same time, they've been taken out the anti-tank gun. The Shermans get much more vulnerable. There you go. All Shermans coming in. They're definitely not expecting 4, so very large tank battle here in the desert. Panzerix though score hit here on one of the Shermans, leaving it cooking there like a Ronson lighter. Thrown into the fires. So there you go. Command tank though joining in. And you might be wondering, why is the command tank so good? Well, basically, it means the Stoogs have a lot more armor now, effectively. In particular, the frontal armor becomes close to that of a Tiger tank. Plus, they can increase the rate of fire. So, the command tank supporting, like, you know, against triple Stoogs is pretty good news for me, and kind of bad news for a lot of Treadz stuff. Like, the anti-tank guns will actually struggle to penetrate the Stoogs from the front to a distance. Of course, Germans will also have a very bad time, so why go for like a Tiger tank and just get like 3 pretty, like, you know, tough Stoogs?
We have vehicles ready to be deployed.
Plus, with Officers' Quarters and Veterans 1, you can basically get a mini blitz on your command tank to boost nearby units as well, which also, by the way, affects infantry. So, that can allow you to also do some powerful maneuvers, but also technically means you get like 2 blitzkriegs. While it's not as good as that one with the big rate of fire increase, but still, the speed boost and the small rate of fire boost is like still pretty good to have in like a command tank as well. They can really just give you like some really powerful shock moments against your opponent. Up North, Glennis was the lone captain there. Continues to find himself without really many to command. And we got the Sherman steamroller train there heading northwards.
Victory point lost.
Command tanks sort of swimming about dealing with units on their own. Need to be careful, of course. I really want to keep it close to my Stoogs as much as possible, obviously. Obviously, it's a bit silly of me to like not keep it there.
Ability ready for you, Commander.
But there you go. Stoogs charging in, they're supported by Jaegers. Guns blazing, American tankers there just withdrawing. Charging in, they almost got on the Shermans. Captain in a bit of trouble. Shots flying off, and one Sherman is left blazing here beneath the desert sun, and a second Sherman down. Massive blow here to Treadz. Humongous. And we got the anti-tank group caught here by the Jaegers. That ended up being a really rubbish engagement there for Treadz. So many Shermans down. And now he's bringing in the Hellcats. I mean, he's still floating an immense amount of manpower, partly again because of paradox reinforcements. Southside command tank's going to try and sneak up behind Treadz to hit some of those support weapons. Got the anti-tank, got another blow here across Treadz. Front line there, command tank taking a lot of damage. Needs to get out of there. Quick risk losing it here, in fact. Which would be great for Treadz if we get rid of that. But no. Fortune does not smile calmly upon Treadz here. And then between the Jaegers here. That was a really not good engagement here for Treadz. It's terrible. So of course it does have some time, since I have a lot of armor I need repairs, and I've only got... I got 2 Pioneer Squads with the 3rd one on the way, so it's not like gonna be too slow here.
For duty.
And we got another Hellcat ready here, the M18 Hellcat. There you go, Sherman Panther faster, but not damaged enough to really bring up the damaged engine element there. Rolling in my only not damaged piece of armor there to the front line while everyone else is awaiting repairs. And also focusing again, getting a triple cap going here versus Treadz. Just needs to, like, you know, bleed him out as fast as possible. Fresh ready full slightly for Treadz. Jaeger's ready. Almost got the command tank fixed up. The Befehlspanzerkampfwagen. Further south here, paratroops near the sun. The Victor points straight into a mine, losing Richard there and there. Going in the center of the assault can push us up again here. Note he's trying to attack from several angles. Savvy there by him, though of course Douglas calling machine gun. We got to tell him in the center here to try and soften up my positions to break his way through, but it's not quite working out.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Anti-tank gun inching up there. And we got paratroop reinforcements again here around the center, so he can grab the point even as he's taking losses. He can just reinforce them away. Gurney is flanking in, and the paratroops entering, flying away. Their shot bounced off the Stug.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Another bounce, because again, the command tank just gives it like 300 frontal armor effectively, which means it can bounce a fair bit there consistently, particularly again at max range where there's a bit of drop off. It becomes pretty much next to impossible for the anti-tank gun without armor piercing shells to penetrate the Stug. There we go. 5 shots, then it basically, because it went through the sidearm, he actually got a penetrating hit. And he's clearly not going to use the armor-piercing rounds because he wants more munitions for the paradox reinforcements. Again, with the single command tank, I really have like a big hands up on the anti-tank gun there. So, fun little combo there for people who are like, you know, looking for something there. Following up with some Panzer Grenadiers, so arguably, I should probably just have gone for Starstorm here with a mechanized assault group. Would have given me something certainly a bit more punchy at long range, and of course a half-track. South side, the Stugs dashing and point-blank blast being unleashed here upon Treadz paratroopers there. Turn them into the exploding eagles. Fighting for the center that continues. Treadz tries his best to dig in there, but lacking any heavy equipment, it is a bit of a tough task.
Panzer Grenadier squad
And
standing
there you
by.
go, got Panzer Grenadiers up, which also puts me up to 5 squads of infantry, a lot of pioneers, and a fair bit of armor. Treadz though continue to float manpower. I mean, he could consider like an anti-tank gun more, fuel caches, maybe bazooka team. There you go, armored assault in here. Sturmgeschütz is brought by the command tank. The 21st Panzer Division strikes at the lines of the 82nd here. Lonely isolated thing, it could be risky there. Hellcat's being moved out. There you go, Yates needs to tank in a gap here, and there you go. As soon as the tank moves, I move in as well. They're trying to overwhelm it, clear it out. Hellcat's on the flank, engaging the command tank here. And there you go, Patrick hit command tank, that's kaput. Nice kill there for Treadz. Of course, he still has to deal with 3 Stugs. They're just going to be a bit easy to deal with for his Hellcats and anti-tank guns. But there you go. Actually, crewing the anti-tank is just denied to him, plus there's all these Hellcats, it could prove helpful. Treadz though quick to respond with another anti-tank and fuel cache number 2. About to go kablamo as well there. As the Jaegers gave it their best. So Treadz once more found himself on the back foot a bit here. He's losing more and more momentum. The initial successes he had have somewhat faded away there in the face of the Stug Sug.
Strike them down! They're going to kill us all!
Fresh push here by the 82nd Airborne center. Straight on again for the most part. Another option if the Treadz consider would actually be a mortar to provide some light sort of support besides the captain, and crucially some smoke support here. Could be a need for Treadz to consider.
Do not falter now.
Also a bit more pressure in the south here.
Victory point.
207 and 97. Things are not improving for Treadz here.
Fixed. Now get back into fight.
At this point, I could consider going for the Panzer Company and, of course, going for some armored side skirts from like Sturmgeschütze. Would be a half bad idea. In the center, the Paratroopers getting mauled here.
Under enemy control.
Down to 2 men, but they stand their ground. We got Treadz with a 3rd Hellcat tank destroyer here.
The enemy has
That
taken
is
the
a
victory
lot
point.
of Hellcats.
Pass this one to our head! Infantry firing on us!
And far up north, another push for the northern victory point. Just constant focus on those victory points by now.
We are down to 200
There you go,
points.
Sherman counterattacking here. Paratroopers being brought in to flash out the German menace here from the north. Stugs are going to hang north with the Sherman in the south. Pioneers doing for the southern point, but 2 Pioneer squads as a Paratrooper squad at Legendary Fleet is a bit optimistic there for me to actually imagine that could work out.
Range of panzers! Territory secured, but contest!
And there you go, another Paratroop reinforcement out of Treadz. He's got so much manpower floating about. He also cancelled that Hellcat.
All crews, Blitzkrieg is now in effect. Advance.
Stugs charging in, Blitzkrieg engaged. Assault guns roaring in there. Hellcat's going for the flank. We got, though, another shooting there providing some depth of defense. There we go. We even got Panzerfaust here. Paratroopers getting mauled. He's going in hard here, though, on the Sturmgeschütze. We got the Panzers, the other Jaegers going in for the anti-tank, and here Paratroopers dropping down in front of it.
Do not let up.
Stu Kid Ace level engaged in the Hellcat with a bit of Blitzkrieg support as well on that top round thing. Paratroopers there dropping down even as they just watch the Germans schmo them down as the land before them. But the predecessors land of getting mowed down. Hellcat knocked out here. Absolute just massacred at this point. But in the end, though, the paratroopers just get through through sheer perseverance and tenacity. And we got another airdrop here, another anti-tank there dropping in. Or was it another it's another anti-tank out of Treadz. Interesting enough, he could drop in more paratroopers as well, but for some reason he seems a bit reluctant to spend some more of that manpower. Okay, there we go. A bit more of it is now being utilized. And I got a fresh command tank out there. Arguably at this point, I've probably could have gone away with the virulent flak pants as well. But that said, the command tank does improve my Stooks. And far south here, paratroopers actually dropped in there, grabbed that fuel point. We got south charge here even, but sprinting away, then I dodged it, and with that, Treadz attempt in the south very much got derailed.
They cannot withstand us.
The fight for freedom and democracy has hit a bit of a roadblock, if you will. At this point, I don't think Treadz has a lot of great options.
Ability ready for you,
There you
Commander.
go, GG well played, GG well played.
We have vehicles ready to
And that, the match is over. So, it was definitely an interesting strand. I do think there was some legs to it, but he ended up floating a lot of manpower at times, but just didn't seem to have much of a plan of what to do with it. I think had Treadz been a bit more active with it, like maybe in a 4th paratrooper squad, or some support weapons, I think he'd have been in a much better position. But instead, he just sort of kind of did the about. Even like bazooka teams, like just something else that to spend all that manpower on. He was able to just save again using paratrooper reinforcements. I think would have helped. Mortars as well would also been great. There's some more attacks from like I think deeper ankles would also been like I think something to consider for Treadz. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. Hope you guys enjoyed these matches. I do think there's some interesting things going on here. If you did, like, share, subscribe. And this is ImperialDane. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.